"Can I get you anything else?" she asked softly, watching the young soldier stare blankly at his half-eaten plate. He hadn't touched much. His hands were shaking, his eyes distant, like they were still trapped in a place far from the small-town diner in which they sat. "No, ma'am," he mumbled, trying to sit up straighter. "I'm fine, just tired." But Emma could tell. It wasn't exhaustion. It was something heavier. She'd seen it before. Her brother came home from Iraq with the same hollow stare. And like her brother, this soldier, barely out of his teens, was trying to pretend everything was okay when it clearly wasn't. She refilled his coffee quietly and said, "You don't have to be okay today. You just have to breathe." His eyes snapped up at her, startled, not by her words, but by the way she said them, like she meant them, like she saw him. He gave her a small nod, lips pressed tight, and whispered, "Thank you." Emma didn't know his name. She didn't ask, but something about him, the loneliness in his posture, the weight on his shoulders, struck something deep in her chest. Before he left, she slipped a note under his plate. "You matter. You're not alone. Come back if you need a place to breathe." He didn't look at it while she was watching, but she saw him fold it and tuck it into his uniform pocket like it was something worth protecting. The next morning, the entire town shook from the roar of jet engines. Phones lit up, people rushed outside, because no one in this tiny town had ever seen an F-22 Raptor land on their airstrip, not even during military drills. But there it was, sleek, thunderous, undeniable. And as the ramp lowered, that same soldier stepped out. But this time, he wasn't trembling. He walked with purpose, head high, eyes scanning the crowd until he found her, standing by the diner entrance in her apron, stunned. He walked straight to her, pulled something from his pocket, and handed it over. It was her note. "I didn't know how much I needed those words," he said, voice steady now. "I was on the edge, about to go back to base and ask for a discharge. I didn't think I could keep going." Emma's eyes filled, but she stayed quiet. "But you reminded me I wasn't invisible," he continued, "and I wanted you to know." Someone noticed. He glanced back at the F-22. A few of his fellow pilots were standing nearby, nodding, watching. "That jet," he said with a slight grin, "is part of a quiet program. We do morale flyovers and outreach stops. I asked Command to approve this location because this town reminded me what I was fighting for." He held up a small box. Inside was a challenge coin, not just any coin, but one engraved with the seal of his unit and a line that read, "To those who stand quietly, but change everything." "For you," he said, "from us." The town had gathered now, and silence spread as Emma held the coin in trembling hands. This wasn't just a thank you. It was recognition, a salute to a moment of kindness that no one else had seen, but had saved someone from sinking. Then, without a word, the soldier pulled a pen from his pocket and wrote 3 words on the back of her hand. "You saved me." He looked into her eyes one last time, saluted, and turned back toward the jet. The roar of the engines came again, and within minutes the Raptor lifted off, cutting across the sky like a silver arrow, a message written in jet trails, carried on wind. And Emma, she stood in the same spot for a long time after he was gone. The coin in her hand, the words on her skin. The faces of the townspeople around her changed, from confusion to awe, from silence to realization. Because sometimes it only takes a cup of coffee and a human moment to change a life. Before we end this story, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear. If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know how you feel in the comment.